Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving deep into the absolute roller coaster that was Season 1 of the Satoshi Journey. If you've been following along, you already know is this crazy, brilliant blend of high-stakes sci-fi tension and deep economic philosophy. But if you're looking to piece together the entire puzzle, from our protagonist waking up in a dark underground bunker to that absolute nail-biter of a finale, you are in the perfect spot. We're going to break down every core lesson, every wild system glitch, and every hilarious character moment, right here, right now. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's dive into this, because this specific question is honestly the most brilliant, hilarious hook of the whole story. What happens if the creator of Bitcoin just wants to sleep? Seriously, what if the mythical, godlike inventor of the world's most powerful digital asset isn't some crusading hero, but just a guy who is fundamentally, hopelessly lazy? His main motivation isn't world domination, it's literally just taking a nap.
Which brings us to Section 1, The Awakening of the Lazy God. Episode 1, The Big Sleep.
So let's set the scene. It's the year 2024, and Satoshi is just completely exhausted. He's sitting in this dark, Matrix-style bunker, watching humanity treat his revolutionary creation like a giant casino instead of a safe haven for wealth. So disgusted by the whole thing, he decides to just check out. He's holding a staggering 1,096,000 Bitcoin, but instead of cashing out, he executes a freeze all assets command, downs a mysterious cell-regenerating serum, and goes into deep hibernation. His condition? He's not waking up until a single Bitcoin hits 100 million baht. Well, fast forward to 2026, and things go completely off script. His 23-year-old niece, Alicesa, receives this delayed automated goodbye message. Naturally, she panics, thinking he's dying, so she breaks into his bunker and aggressively shakes him awake. And in all that chaos, she accidentally activates a gadget in his pocket, a futuristic AI companion named BitDra. It starts out looking like a complex 100-sided dice, but then transforms into this adorable, yet highly advanced robotic dragon. And trust me, BitDra is the catalyst that kicks this entire plot into high gear.
Section 2, 90-Day Survival Mission. Episode 2, Resurrection and Greed.
When Satoshi finally wakes up, he realizes that mysterious serum has completely regenerated his cells. He's now in peak physical condition, essentially a 35-year-old. But this miracle comes with a brutal catch. The AI system drops a terrifying survival ultimatum right in his lap. He has exactly 90 days to teach the world about the true value of his creation. The rules are strict. Earn 100 points, get 1 extra year of life. 1,000 points gets you 10 years, and if he fails, permanent death. It's the perfect comedic setup. The ultimate lazy god, sitting on 1 million Bitcoin, is now desperately scrambling for system points like a video game character, just so he can survive long enough to go back to bed.
Moving on to Section 3, Lessons in Speed and Money. Episodes 3 and 4, The Candy Economy.
Satoshi needs points, and he needs them fast. So he heads over to Siam Square, spots an arrogant teenager showing off a traditional banking app, and challenges him to a speed duel over a 500 baht bet. What follows is this incredible metaphorical face-slapping action sequence. First, the teenager tries to pay for his drinks. The bank app is loading, the wheel is spinning, the face scan fails because his face is too oily. It is just a clunky, frustrating mess. Then, Satoshi steps up. He uses the Lightning Network. He scans the QR code and ding. Payment settled in exactly 0.1 seconds. It's a complete, undisputed victory.
And this brilliantly illustrates his core lesson to the kid. Peer-to-peer means friend to friend, not friend to bank to friend. The Lightning Network is instantly faster because it entirely cuts out the middleman. True financial autonomy means your money moves directly from you to the merchant. There's no bank server in the middle deciding to put you on hold. And of course, Satoshi shamelessly pockets the kid's 500 baht as a network fee, proving he's both an absolute genius and hilariously greedy.
Section 4, Overcoming the Inflation Crisis. Episode 5, The Scholar and the Melting Wealth.
Shortly after, Satoshi runs into a university student who is aggressively spouting traditional economic theories. But here is where BitDra's intellectual scanning system really shines. When the AI scans the arrogant student, he registers as a mere level 2 mimic, essentially just a parrot repeating what the fiat system architects taught him. But when BitDra secretly scans Satoshi, he registers at level 7, the absolute maximum rank, known as the Void. Represented by a supremely powerful sleeping dragon, it shows Satoshi operates on a completely different plane of understanding.
Next up, Satoshi meets Auntie Som. She's an elderly vendor, completely heartbroken because 40 years of her hard-earned savings have been eaten away by inflation. Using BitDra's holographic powers, Satoshi gives her a visual representation of her wealth.
He projects her fiat savings as a block of ice that has been slowly melting away for 4 decades, just bleeding her purchasing power. Then, with a quick wave of his hand, he freezes that water and transforms it into glowing, indestructible digital gold. He teaches her that true saving should lock your life's energy in a vault where no one can inflate it away. With that lesson, he earns another 100 life points. Slowly but surely, he is surviving.
Finally, Section 5, the end of Season 1, Episode 6, The Cliffhanger.
Satoshi and Alicesa head into a luxury shopping mall for the grand finale. The system hands him his ultimate quest to secure the 500 massive points he needs to survive and finally get some rest. He has to change 3 minds right there in the mall. First, he helps a worker save a ton on international remittance fees. Check. Next, he helps a frustrated tourist find a store that actually accepts digital payments. Check. And just as he's about to convince a wealthy businessman, everything is aligning perfectly. The points are practically in his pocket. And then, complete disaster strikes.
Red alarms start flashing everywhere. BitDra's battery hits absolute zero. The AI system screams that it needs an emergency firmware upgrade to survive, and it demands an instant ransom of 1 billion Satoshis. Satoshi is horrified. The famously greedy god of crypto is forced into this agonizing choice. With his hands literally shaking, fighting his own stinginess, he hits send. He pays the massive ransom just to save BitDra and his own life.
But the sheer scale of transferring 1 billion sats triggers a massive data surge. The power in the entire luxury mall completely shorts out, plunging them into pitch-black darkness. BitDra suffers a hard system crash and completely shuts down. And then, suddenly, the glowing system UI pops up in the dark air. But instead of granting him the points he just desperately earned, it announces a critical energy failure. The 1,000 life points he needed to survive start draining away rapidly, like a terrifying countdown timer ticking down to 0 in the dark.
And that is exactly where the screen cuts to black. It is a masterclass in suspense. It leaves our lazy protagonist literally watching his life tick away in the dark, right after finally doing the right thing. To see how he survives this massive system failure, and what happens next in this incredible economic adventure. Pro Tittam, Season 2, The Truth of Money, Bitcoin versus Fiat, Parquet Laptum, Gantra.